Hey, welcome to Red Carpet Combos with Dr. G. And I have today with me the founder of Second Chance Saves Lives, which is set to air. I'm going to, I don't know the date. So we're going to find out all this information because, first of all, I'm so intrigued by everything that you all are doing as a part of this project. So without further ado, we have the founder Paul Nutall here with me to have some conversations here. How are you today?
I'm doing outstanding, ma'am. How are you doing today?
I'm good. So let's get into this because I want to know what inspired this, but tell everyone that's watching a little bit about Second Chance Saves Lives.
Second Chance Saves Lives is a TV show that utilizes people that need that second chance. So what we do is you submit out your story. We'll put you, broadcast you on air all over the world so you can get that second chance that you need. A lot of individuals and people across the world don't know about the need of people right now since the crisis situation and then the pandemic that happened, all these other things that in that nature. But with Second Chance Saves Lives, again, we here for you and we here to help you. And so a lot of people right now don't know about this show. A lot of individuals don't know. So this show utilizes people to put them on the spot on the show to air on Fox so people around the world can see what they need and everybody will come and help them what they need. Uh, like I said, until you are shown, people don't really know what's going on with your life. And that's what we're there for, to help you save your life. That's why it's called Second Chance Saves Lives. And this is with everything you need. It's not just for people who need organ transplants, people that's homeless, people that's in the crisis situation. It's even people who know how to sing, and people haven't even haven't seen them sing, or heard them sing. You got some great singers out there, great rappers out there that people don't even know, and all of a sudden they on our show, and we show them, and they go, "Wow, I want to produce this person. I want to get this person." We had a person on our show, an example, who didn't need any money, and he had his own financial thing going on, but he had a lot of filming that he has done, and he wanted to like put it on Netflix or let people see it, so he can put it on some outlets, so people can just see his movies and things like that in that nature. So that's what Second Chance is all about. So
Wow. So, you know what? When I was reading all about this, that is not immediately what I thought this would be. This is actually so much greater, like a
right,
hundred times greater
right.
for exposure for people to have an opportunity to thrive.
Right.
Am I hearing that right?
That's correct. And then on the other hand, it's again, it's for everything people need, and we don't rely on the government. A lot of people rely on government's assistance for financial support. They rely on the government for stimulus checks. They rely on the government for all these other things. Let's rely on the people. Let's unite together and rely on each other. And that's what we all about.
Building community.
Yes, correct.
So
Absolutely.
what inspired this? What made you say, you know what, I think I want to give people an opportunity to set themselves up for success. What was the inspiration behind this?
Goes back my I don't know if you read my bio, but my story, my life story, and things I went through, my crisis situation that I endured. So I came up with, you know what? I'm just gonna just go to Hollywood, and I'm gonna just start doing a second chance on following celebrities. Okay. Now, with that being said, I started that with McGill New Year's Jr., John from the group Troop, Ola Ray, Jada from the Bad Girls Club, and all these other fallen celebrities that really needed support and help. So when I met my wife, who was his friends at the time, she came with the idea like, "Hey, look, let's just help the whole world based on your life story. I mean, we can change the world." And I said, "You know what? Let's do that." So we started with a concept episode, us helping a person getting a kidney transplant, and then that inspired a lot of people. So we kept going, moving with that, and now here we are today, uh, helping people around the world. We even have people from the UK. We had some people across the country reached out to us and asked us, "Well, once it air, can we go global with this? Can we help our own country now? Every country has money, but they don't know how to utilize it in a way that we are." So it's like a franchise like McDonald's. Okay, let's buy your franchise and let's help our own country so we don't have to rely on the government. And as you know, when they have like storms or crisis situations, the United States always come aboard and try to help them. So now they want to just help their own country as well. So that we're trying to go global with it as well, not just the United States.
Okay, so let me ask this. For anyone who say they might be interested in sending in their story, what are some of the ranges? I mean, because you've named a ton of things. What would you say is the oddest thing that most people wouldn't even think of to write about for a need?
Well, some people got a hold of us that dated with sex trafficking before, and they didn't have nowhere to go. They ran from people, and they needed a second chance. We had people that was, again, like singers and stuff like that, that said, okay, I know this is a second chance for somebody in a crisis situation. Well, what about me? What
Mm.
about my situation? Stuff like that. But we range the age of, whoever. It can be someone that's on their own, that they just need financial support. They rely on the government for assistance, and people will reach out and start helping these individuals. Again, like I stated before, we don't want to unite on the government, rely on the government, but we want to rely on each other. We want to kind of unite together because, someone who has an organ, a kidney, someone that's Caucasian can give a black person a kidney, or it just versatile. Try to put everybody like together, like in the same situation, like in the same spot, and try to organize this organization to make it a successful organization to help people around the world get that second chance. I didn't get a second chance, when I was false imprisonment. I didn't get a second chance when I was down and out and homeless. I didn't get that second chance. So by getting the help that they need from based on my life story and my wife's life story, then we put it all together and said, like, let's just help the world, get that second chance. So, and that's what it's all about. Just helping people get their second chance, uniting together for anything they need. There's a lot of people that who want this and want that. Some people submit and say, hey, I want a car, and that was it. Then give us the story of why they want a car. It's someone that say that, hey, I've been riding the bus all my life. I get to work sometimes late, but if I had a vehicle, I think it would be better for me to get back point A and point B, to get my kids to daycare. We even help with daycare providing, where someone can help an individual with their daycare, insurance, health insurance. Some people can't afford health insurance, So we just teamed up with a lot of companies and stuff like that that will help people. As one individual that needs a job, you got a degree, but they couldn't get a job in the business. So somebody might come along and say, okay, if you have to move, are you able to come down here and we can give you this job? So that's how it works.
Okay, and so you mentioned in your about your bio, and you mentioned a little bit about your story. I think that for our audience, your bio, first of all, is very dynamic and it's very touching. But it's always great to hear it from the person who has held those experiences, all
Right.
of the experiences where, there didn't seem like there was an option for that to come back from. But you
Correct.
came back, and you came back big. You didn't just come back,
Ah,
come back. You came back big.
I
So
came
for
back. I came back strong. I came back. Like with God's grace, I never gave up hope, and I never gave up my faith. At times I did, but I really didn't give it up. But based on my story, um, you know, I started great at the beginning. I was a karate instructor for Sean Elliott. I was a security personnel for Selena. I became a kickboxing champion. From there, I went on to Michigan. I had two masters, criminal justice, political science. I was with the juvenile home. I started with some individuals, and we made that very successful, called Wolverine Human Services out of Michigan, and that made it very successful. Now I was like a region director where I went out back and forth to different kids, and over 800 some staff, 3,000 some kids. So that kind of made me feel great. But at the same time, it was something that I was still missing. So I became a sparring partner for Chris Bird. Chris Bird became a heavyweight champion of the world, two-time heavyweight champion with IBF and WBO. I helped him when he fought against. I trained with him actually just by myself, with Don King giving us the funding, training fee money. We kept it in Flint, and he beat Evander Holyfield. First he beat David Tua, then he beat Evander Holyfield for IBF heavyweight championship. And I remember, he wouldn't say that he wanted to thank me, but he just, at the end of the day, when we went to Flint, everybody was there. He took the belt out of his trophy case and gave it to me and said, hey, because of you, this is where I am. Now he's conducted in the Hall of Fame award and all these other things, Boxing Hall of Fame, I'd rather say. And then not too long ago, he reached out to me for his second chance. I didn't know that I had the belt up. I put it on Instagram probably about 2014, 15. And he just reached out to me maybe about 4 or 5 weeks later. And he said, hey, he says, he's been something about chronic pain in his leg, a lot of things. He had nerve damage, and he wanted to get back to the middleweight championship, So I told him to DM me, and then I found out that he needed a second chance, and he was down and out. A lot of these boxers, they get down and out. He was going through a divorce and all these other things. So he was on our show, actually. Second chance, we flew him down, and I held his belt, hey, and so we were just great friends. But even like everybody's in your life for a reason, and you don't know what that reason is. Chris Burr was in my life for that moment to help him, because if I didn't know him and I didn't help him with the championship, then all of a sudden, he probably wouldn't have reached out to me. That he just got on Instagram after 10 years of hiding and no one would know where he was at. He reached out to me because I had that belt on Instagram, and I said I helped this individual. I wasn't champion. I was kickboxing champion, but I wasn't champion of boxing champion. But in spite of that, I said I helped this individual, win this title, and I'm grateful that he let me hold his belt. So then he kind of commented on that, and we went from there. And then now he's going to be on the show with his second chance. He wants to be the middleweight champion of the world. Now he's in Big Bear, California, training right now with Sugar Shane Mosley and Oscar De La Hoya to fight for the middleweight championship. And he just needs training fee money, and he just need some help to get back on his feet. A lot of people don't want to, Chris, leave him alone. But he just want to show people that he's ready to come back and fight. A lot of people doing these exhibitions fight, like, Roy Jones fought Mike Tyson for an exhibition fight. They got millions of dollars. Evander finna fight, and he finna get millions. A lot of these exhibition fights, even Floyd, he finna fight June the 6th, I believe, and get somebody that's 0-1 and get 20-30 million dollars, So, it just, people want to see stuff like that, even though Floyd say I retired, I say I retired, but I didn't say I was going to stop making money, so yeah.
Facts.
Yeah. So my life story has been very, very, it's been up and down. And then all of a sudden I got scammed by these Nigerians. They wanted me to help teach boxing for the kids in Nigeria in 2004, 2005. Nobody knew about the Nigerian scam. And they kind of scammed me, and the Secret Service got a hold to me, and, I was indicted. And I spent 14 months incarcerated. But the judge saw my side of the story right after they wouldn't let me go because I was a flight risk. Because after I saw that they indicted me, I was very disappointed in the system. So I was like, you know what? I'm just going to run, and change my name. They ain't going to find me because I'm upset. But, that was probably the wrong move to do. And I would tell nobody to do it. But at the same time, I was just upset with the system at that time. But the judge saw my side, and he dropped 2 to 40 charges and released me. And he's charged me with one charge, but reason being, charged me one charge because if they didn't charge you with that one charge, you can get them for false imprisonment. In the federal government, they not dumb at all. Okay, I'm gonna charge you for this one charge, but I think everything you said is good. But go ahead and leave. But then after that, I couldn't work. My I was a felon, so the board dropped me, so I couldn't work. After 7 years, I can go back and work. But with the state and the federal, it wasn't going to happen because I had a felony. So I didn't know what to do. I was homeless. And then right after that, I went to Hollywood, California, only $300 in my pocket. And I started helping these celebrities, and I started getting a little funding here and there. And I started liking, and all of a sudden, a lot of tragedy started happening. My mom passed away, and right after she passed away, I was very hurt because I haven't seen my mom within almost 30 years.
Oh.
So I was hurt on that because I was always a mama's boy, and I wanted her to see my success, what I was doing with Second Chance. And then 3 months later, me and my dad reconciled our relationship, and then he died 3 months after that. So, only person that was there for me in that situation was my wife, but she's just my friend. We'd go to the beach and talk and stuff like that. And then what really happened to me in the same whole year, my twins passed away in the Houston Hurricane Harvey, and they would have been 31 years old. And that really got me. And so I looked in the air and I said, God, I said, I know what you're trying to do.
Mhm.
I can understand. When you prepare yourself for the unexpected and it happens, you'll be okay. But if you're not prepared for something in your life, then things will happen that you don't probably commit suicide or things like that happen. And then, unfortunately, my baby's mom, Mary Shepherd, she passed away in her sleep, and we was best friends. And that's when my daughter called in the same year. And then I was like, okay, what else gonna happen right now? But I was able to take it because God's not gonna give you something you can't handle. So I was able to take it, use it as my story, and create second chance and move forward with it. It was hard for us to do, but we kept moving, we kept striving, we kept believing, we never stopped. And now we're here today to tell the story about second chance and how we can help create this organization to help people around the world because everyone needs a second chance. I mean, I've been through some things. If you haven't been through what I have been through, you still can get that second chance, or you can still go forward in life and understand that God is all going to be always with you, regardless, and everything that He puts you in, everything is for a reason, and
Mhm.
for the reason today. The story tells it all about second chance, and that reason is why second chance was formed and started.
Oh, wow, that is a lot to emotionally go through. So let me ask you this question. All of the things that you was going through, I mean, you definitely had God's grace through all of that. In your opinion, especially now that you've had all of this, the success with Second Chance Saves Lives, what would you say that you needed or felt like you could have had that would have helped you get through some of those moments outside of God's grace? Because thank God for that, because He's when you hold on to faith like that, you do succeed. But
Right.
outside of that, so that people would understand, the meaning of just being able to find and have that second chance.
I think you know what you just stated, that God gave me the second chance, but I think I needed support. I need family support. I didn't get that. I
Mm.
need just people I can talk to. Uh, I didn't get that. I think when you fall, people stop talking to you. And I needed that support from family members. I needed that support from people that was my friends. I needed support from individuals, that I worked with. But because of the things that happened to me from me being incarcerated and then down and out and in a homeless shelter, everyone just they left me alone. They never spoke to me again. And I
Mhm.
need support, and I think that, everyone is human. Everyone is somebody. If they put their mind and soul to what they want in life, they can do it. But as far as the support, only support I got was from my best friend and my wife now, Tiffany. I didn't give no other support. She always said, "Come on, let's go talk," and something like that, and I would cry and stuff. And she gave me a lot of support. She was kind of like the purpose that God put us together, the reason He put us together. And you know, again, to go back to your initial question, you stated I needed a lot of support. I think a lot of people need support as well because being homeless is no joke. When you need financial support, it's not a joke. Because you're living in the world today, in society that's not that don't care about no one. But with second chance, we do care, and we want to help you, and we want to reach out to you and help you because I've been in the same situation you've been in. I had deaths in the family. I've been homeless. I've been in financial crisis situation. I've been sick before. I had anxiety attacks, mental problems, all these other things that God brought me back from where I used to be to now. And
Mm.
then I think that all of this happened because of what happened in my life, and I used it uh, with God to my advantage to try to help everyone get a second chance. Because when you do second chance or you do something, people want to know, okay, What have he been through that made him do this? Do he know what I've been through? Right?
Hmm.
So then they read the story, they go, oh, we understand now. And everything I put on my bio, I put everything, I didn't leave nothing out. So when people see my story and they read it, they say, well, this happened. It's right there in my bio. It's everything that I stated, uh,
Hmm.
so people can understand what really happened. And they can go back and say, oh, well, this person did this on the internet with you. Well, I'll put that in there too. When you was in jail, I'll put that in there too. So I didn't leave nothing out that, people can kind of relate to. Because I know there's a lot of people out there, you know, as this organization got bigger, they started getting more upset because then they like, okay, they don't can't rely on us no more. So they rely on a second chance and they uniting with the people to unite. Now we have a show called Forgotten Prisoners, where we haven't forgotten about you either. Now, what we do is we go to the prison system and the people who've been there too long for weed and all these things in California, which is legal now, we try to get them out. We try to tell a story. And then the people who's wrongly incarcerated, they and it's a lot of people that's wrongly incarcerated. I was wrongly incarcerated, so I know about wrongly incarceration, as far as being, even a murder case or whatever. They do these appeals and then they run out of appeals, and after that they just sit there and no one's helping them. But see, they have new governors, they have new mayors, they have new senators that's been elected, and no one, and they don't know about these individuals. So if you put it on CNN, that's all they watch is CNN. Even the president of the United States watch CNN. So when they watch it, they looking at these individuals, they want to look up their cases and say, let's find out about this guy. So, and that's what we say, we haven't forgot about you either, because I was in prison and I was forgot about, but we're not gonna forget about you. I had to talk my way out of out of getting, from prison, because they was gonna go on my guidelines, and I had to talk my way to the judge, and he just dropped everything. So fortunately, that was the great deal from God, a blessing from God, that had happened to me. And if I look back, it's all a part of my story. It's all a
Yeah.
part of why Second Chance started and formed. So
So let me ask this: for everybody that's going to watch, Second Chance Saves Lives, what do you want people to get, the viewers, not the people who are participating? What do you hope that the viewers, the message that they receive watching Second Chance Saves Lives?
I need the viewers to understand, put yourself in someone else's shoes. And if that was your mother who need organ donation, if that was your sister who need financial support, and that was your sister who was sexually abused, and all these other things, look at these stories and kind of analyze them real good and try to find out what's important in their life, that you can make a difference in their life, and support them. If you know someone, or you know anyone that can help them, just and if you have the money to help them or anything, you know, reach out to these individuals and help them. And that's what the show is about, to try to unite. A lot of people have pride, so they hold back. But when they see the story, they sneakily do it. And a lot of people do it because of tax purposes reasons. A lot of billionaires that say, oh, okay, this will be a tax write-off. And they'll do it for the tax write-off. But what they don't know is God using them to help people. And that's how it works. And a lot of people in this time, they have millions and billions of dollars in taxes and stuff like that. So they want to go out and help these people. They want to. It's a guy, a person we know, who want to start her own organization, um, but she needs financial support. She needs help, and she have a great outlet to get it done. And so people will reach out and help her. It's a nonprofit organization that she has, and it's a person named Anna. Anna, she has a book, and she has all kind of things, that she's doing. And people were like, "Hey, look, I want to help this individual because she's doing something great. I want to help this person." It's the people that the prison system gave us that got out of prison, that's on supervised release, and we got them on. They want a job. They don't want to go back to what they used to do. That's why all these crimes keep being committed, because people can't get a job and they got a felony. So I'm gonna go do the same thing, end up back in prison again. So now we have a federal judge that's on our side. We have parole officers, federal parole officers, that gives us these individuals to put them on our TV show. One person, she had meth and her teeth was out, and I just need to smile again. I think Jackie Christie, we had her as a host to interview her.
Mhm.
Then Jackie needs a second chance too. She's not person that people think she is. She changed. Now she's a problem solver. She's not a person who create problems. So, and we had Miguel Nunez Jr. and Dawn from football wives, actually, Dawn Neufeld. And we had all these kind of, celebrities come on and try to be a host of the show to try to understand so we can kind of get the market out there, basically. And we had a lot of individuals that came up to us, but they wanted so much money to be a host. But at the same time, it's still a show. We're not going to sit there and look at the host. We're going to sit there and look at the individual who needs that second chance. So I tell all these viewers, hey, let's give these people a second chance. It'll make the world a better place. It'll make people uniting a better place. It'll make just the world just fabulous. And if we can do that, I mean, only person can make the world fabulous is God. But maybe God is asking me, hey, I need your help. So at times, Jesus even asked, hey, let this pass. But the angels came down and comfort him, where he was able to go and do what he had to do to for our sins. But as with God, he picked people for a mission. And so I look back at my story, and I could have been dead a long time ago. I could have been in prison a long time ago. As being homeless, I could have been homeless a long time ago. But he took me out of that. And he said, it's a part of your story. Now use it. And as a Jonah in the whale, he spit him out because he told him to go somewhere he didn't go. I was doing fallen celebrities. He said, that's not what I asked you to do. I asked you to go help the people around the world, not just the fallen celebrities. You go help. So then my wife come with God's sword. She's the sword. She's the resource. I'm like, let's do this. Oh, you know what? So we did that first concept episode with the person. It was sad. It was a person named Kimberly Stewart. She needed a kidney transplant. She had 3 kids. She was still working 12 hours a day. She had to go dialysis, and she was getting sick. And these kids was crying. And so I was like, this is it. This is it. Let's go out there and let's do it. And then we had to, and I said, we're not gonna do it in Hollywood. Because Hollywood, you can do anything. You can go to NBC and all these things. We did it in my hometown, San Antonio.
Okay, San Antonio.
So, yeah, San Antonio, Texas. So we can go, and they go, oh, he went back to his hometown and he started helping people around the world, So I'm a native of San Antonio, Texas, born and raised in San Antonio. And we got it done. And now we just want to continue to go forward and continue to move with all the shows and go global.
So when does Second Chance Saves Lives premiere?
Okay, so we have a spot from 8 to 9 on Saturday, but we don't have the date yet. So once you get the slot, then the date comes on. Now, we are the licensor and they are the broadcaster. So we are in charge of everything. We're in charge of getting the commercials, putting them in the slots. They get 2 minutes, we get 4 minutes. We're in charge of the filming. We're in charge of the bond for the TV show. We're in charge of the whole scenario. We're in charge of the marketing. And then once they get it, they'll start marketing a little bit, but we're in charge of the whole thing. Just like Lee Daniels for Fox Empire. He was controlling the whole thing. All they was doing was just the broadcaster. They would, but if they are the licensor and they take over, then they do their own thing. They'd have probably been done. But for us, we have to film it. It got to be color graded, voice mastered right, and everything. And if you send it to them, if they don't like it, they're like, nope, that's not your contract says. So maybe they didn't think we can get it done, but we got it done. So now we just waiting on a date, and that be coming to us momentarily. We just now have to get on another outlet, another outlet, so they can say, okay, they got another big major outlet. So okay, well, let's go ahead and give them the date now. Let's put it out there. But God is here. And it's a lot of people who wants it. We can syndicate the videos. We syndicated to some guy. He talked to me about putting it on Netflix. We also talked to some people from the UK who want to syndicate the videos and stuff. So we can also syndicate the videos as well once this aired, not before.
Okay. All of this so dynamic. And I just learned something because I did not know all of that with the whole licensing and
Yeah.
everything that you have to now do.
Yes.
Whew, you know, that shows a testament to your will
Yeah.
to get this
Yeah.
out there.
Get it out there. Hey, look, I'll beat myself to death with my wife to go out there and do what we had to do. And I didn't think when they saw it, it was like, hold on. How'd you do this? Like we had changed some things that they never saw before in episodes. And then we had the clapping and things. Well, how'd y'all do that? And then like, they know clapping is just a app, But it seemed like a lot of people was there,
Yeah.
but it was nobody there during the pandemic. It was like 6 of us in there, the film crew, the host, the audience, the guests, more than like we had by 7, 8 people in the studio. We had security on the outside the studio. So it was just we just did 2 episodes a day, and we had the makeup artists and stuff come, and then they had to leave, and we had it all done, man. And then we it was just a blessing, And then we had to go get a color graded, and then send it to get voice match and send it to get closed captioning. So they take the episodes. Unfortunately, the closed captioning is like it's quicker. It's quick than the color grading and the voice master. The closed caption is 24 hours because they get each person on each episode closed caption it, and they only send you the closed caption, but you still have to embed it with like the TV where they hit closed caption and it comes up. So that is something else we had to do. So it just a lot in filming. I just found out. But you know what? Me and my wife never been in filming before. Never. And they see, oh, you guys, y'all producing all these. How long you been filming? Oh, this is our first, huh? They don't know what God has done for us and how we start learning during the process. And my wife is good at what she do. So,
Okay. Hey.
eh,
Okay. You know what? First of all, I think I'm so inspired hearing everything that you all had to go through just to get to this point because the servitude, what you all are doing with this, the servitude for the community is so important that
right,
you all were willing to do and learn through this whole process in order to
right,
produce something that's going to change people's lives, both the ones now that you've already filmed and those who you're going to film in the future.
correct.
So you have season one, I'm guessing,
I
finished.
have season one. We have season 150. We had a film crew lost a couple of episodes, but yeah, we have to do another 2 episodes to complete the 12, and then we can start on season two. We can be starting on season two real soon because we're gonna do 2 episodes a day, knock them out, and then we're gonna do Forgotten Prisoners, the pilot on that, and then we're gonna start doing that. Then we're gonna start doing our Second Chance radio show, and our
Oh,
Second Chance radio show is like it's like the Real. I don't know if you've seen the Real, the View. It's like
yes.
come on people we did already two episodes on that, but we're gonna change the kind of like the concept on it. But we had like Jada Chichili and a couple of other radio hosts on that show, and it looked just like the what is it called, Gary, and the Brat name was on.
Oh, yes. Morning show.
Dish Nation, it's like
Okay.
Dish Nation, and so with the guests come on, and we got this nice, beautiful platform for the Second Chance TV radio show. I don't know if you saw it or not, but when the guests come on, they had their second chance already, and they
Hmm.
talk about how they got their second chance and what second chance helped them get their second chance. So that's what the radio show is about. So we getting that started as well. So we just knocking everything out. So we're gonna have a busy summer.
I see. So since you only have two more episodes to film for season one of Second
Correct.
Chance Saves Lives, the TV show.
Right.
So do you already have guests lined up for season two? And if not, how can people submit their stories if
They,
they would like to be a part of season two and to potentially?
right. They will go to secondchancesaveslives.org. The number two, N is in Nancy, D is in dog, Chance, CHANCE, saves, SAVES, lives, LIVES.org. And then it'll say, how can we help you? And they just submit, and it tells the age and what you need, and all these other things, and they submit, and we'll get it, and then we'll call them, and things like we do everything for them. We fly them out, we put them in a hotel that's paid for, food, Uber, back and forth to the studio. We have catering there to feed them. They get filmed, we send them back, and that's how it works.
Okay. So then, so once people, submit their, their stories, around how long does it normally take for you all to like make selections, or, is there a committee of people that is a part of selecting who should be on the show?
A lot of people, we have people submit out from across the country, which unfortunately we couldn't film them across the country because we have to go across the country, film them. That takes so much time, so much money, and all these other things. But the United States, we look at the stories and
Hmm.
we pick out the stories that best fit second chance that
Okay.
people really need. And we'll take these stories and we'll get the host to call them up, let them know who she is, and build a rapport with them for a while. And then so I ask them questions, call them again, and then that's when we set a date for them to come out to film.
Okay. So everybody has to be flown out to San Antonio to film.
Correct. We'll fly.
Okay.
We'll fly them out. Well, and a guest. If they have a guest that can kind of like, where we call like a witness, basically a guest that can say yes, this would really happen to and stuff like that. A sister, brother, or any guest, we fly the guests out too. Put them in a hotel. We feed them. They don't have to worry about nothing. Even we have an Uber, pick them up from the airport, bring them to the hotel, from the hotel to the studio, from the studio back to the hotel, from the hotel back to the plane. So and then we feed them, and that's it. And then we make sure we cater to their needs and what they need, and then we'll air it, and a lot of people will respond to it because now it's like people when they see shows like this, it inspires them. A lot of people don't like shows where it's kind of negative and people fighting and all these other things. They want to see something that's going to inspire people now. Times has changed now. Where
Yeah.
it's just now on God's timing now, where everyone is going to try to unite together, and that's all people want to do. They just want to unite together. We tired of fighting each other, tired of doing this and doing that. Let's all unite together as one and give people a second chance. Now, when people do give that person a second chance, we was thinking about the individual who have gave them that second chance, sending them a hat or T-shirt or something to have second chance saves lives, kind of like a medal saying, "Hey, you helped these individuals get that second chance." So we sending you a hat with a second chance hat and a second chance shirt, and have hands that say "Unite Together," something like that.
Oh, that's nice.
Some appreciation. Yeah. Uh,
Okay, so what about guests for radio spots? Is it the same process as well, or is the radio geared towards people that you've already helped?
No, it's not just for people you already help. It's for people like, say, if you want a book and you want to broadcast your book, we put you on there as well. You can also bring a guest. It's the same thing. Fly out, fly there. Same thing. It's the same method we have for a second chance TV show. Now, also, it's I have this broadcast. I want people to watch this broadcast. What I'm doing, like yourself. Just say, just an example. Hey, I want to get on this second chance TV show, and I want to show people to watch my broadcast and what I do. And so then you have these people, these celebrities that's interviewing you, and then you're telling them about things, and they show these pictures and videos of you and stuff like that. Then everybody, next time you have your broadcast, a lot of people will go and watch it. I want more this and that. So I got my second chance by helping people
Mhm.
get put on. So now I just need my second chance, far as just to sit here and tell you what I have done and what I've been through to get this broadcast started. And I know it takes a lot because a lot of people, they have to do their own thing, come out their own pocket, and so I'm just reaching out to people now, maybe to get some funding, more to get more of what I need and stuff like that, and that's what the radio show is basically for.
All right, I'm here for all of it. I love the fact that there's positive representation that's going to be displayed out there, because you're quite right. That's something that we definitely need, especially after the year we had we
Uh-huh.
have had.
During this pandemic, I mean, a lot of people now are the jobs, they're working from home. They rely on those what is it called, those checks. Uh, they rely on that. They rely on the government assistance. It is relying on a lot of things right now because it didn't got bad, and they get this people getting the shots, but they still some people are still out of work. Some people are still had their restaurants closed, and because of them closing, they lost a lot of money. So
Yes.
it's not people that's going to be on to say, "Hey, can you please help me get more funding so I can help open my restaurant back up, here in San Antonio or anywhere around the world, in New York or whatever it may be. But so, yeah, because of this pandemic, it really hits. So again, like I said, it was on God's timing. We could have done it a long time ago, like it was supposed to have been done in the summer. But, unfortunately, the pandemic hit and it pushed us back. But everything is for a reason. And this is what the reason is for, the pandemic. And now, hey, now everybody needs a second chance. Let's get it done. Let's do it.
Yeah.
You know,
I'm
let's help.
sure the stories are going to be, very, very touching and probably far more intense given the last year of people having not just loss of lives of family members, but also loss of jobs, loss of money.
Right.
Mental health has really been kicked off for a lot of people
Lot. Yes.
having to deal with themselves.
Right.
So I think this is such an
Right.
amazing platform.
Yeah.
How can people, get in touch and follow? Or is there social media? Is there a
Yes.
website?
It
How
is.
can people get in
We,
touch?
we have our website as well, the one I gave you before, secondchancesaveslives.org. We have Instagram, and it's number 2ND underscore chance, CHANCE underscore saves, SAVES underscore lives, LIVES. That's our Instagram. We also have a tree that's on there where if you hit it, it take you to all our social media and stuff like that. And our Twitter actually is Second Chance Saves altogether. That's our Twitter. And then you'll see, a lot of things and activity we have done on there. You'll see where Van Jones kind of reached out to us concerning Michael Harry Harris on that segment we did with Daily Mail. So it just so much. We just doing so much, and we're very grateful and loyal to God. We don't give ourselves the credit; we give God the credit, because I see if it wasn't for Him, this couldn't happen. Because the things we had to go through to film, the things my wife had to go through, it's times that she looked at me and she's like, "This is exhausting," But we made it through. We kept hope, and we had faith, and it took us through it all. You know.
Well, I love that you're being humble, but I'm going to go ahead and give you and Tiffany your flowers because it's so well deserved. And I think what you all are doing, again, I can't say enough the power and the empowerment and the inspiration behind it. So hats off to you all. And here again, I'm making sure that you all get your flowers now because
Yeah.
life isn't promised tomorrow. And yes, we can give a lot of things to God, but
Right.
also He gave you talent and
Yeah.
you all paid attention to that to
That's
get
right.
where you all are now.
Right.
So I commend the work that you all are doing.
Yeah. He give you at will. Everybody has things in talent. God put people on earth right now today to be somebody. But a lot of people have a lot of talent. When I was working at juvenile home, I had these kids play basketball. They was I said, "Why you can't play basketball? Why you can't go through this?" But they just wanted to go back in the street because they said their parents sold drugs and they feel like it was a fast way out. But it's only two things that can happen: death or be in jail for the rest of your life. But at the same time, yeah, you have a will. You're right. You absolutely right. You have a will to do what you have to do. And if I didn't do it, then I wouldn't be here today. So it took me as a black individual to go out there and do what I had to do. And again, thank you. I appreciate everything that you have done, and even having me speak with you on this broadcast. And I'm forever grateful, me and my wife, to you. And thank you so much.
Thank you so much. And see, my shirt says Black Melanins, Black Melanin
Yes,
Excellence. That's
yes, yeah,
that
yeah.
is definitely hands down what both of you.
And saying the same color of my tie too.
Oh, yeah, it's a happenstance. To tell you, great minds, great
Yeah,
minds. I am so honored and so thankful that you took the time to come and chat with me and hang out and discuss that's something that's going to change the world,
correct.
not just the America, not just your community, but
The
literally change
world
the world. And
is
I
the
hope
world.
that everyone decides to take this opportunity when this as soon as the date drop. I'm going to be back on here saying I'm going to be
Oh yeah.
promoting. I'm going to be promoting as soon as I
I
find out.
let you know, hey, this is when the date gonna drop. So you
Yes,
count.
I can run it back. I can
This is when
circle
the date gonna
back
drop. So yeah,
and definitely promote because I think that this is an opportunity for everyone who is able to pay it forward. And
correct.
that's the definite way for people to be able to have that second chance and to give those second chances. So thank
Right.
you so much again for taking the time.
Thank you.
called Nutall. And, Tiffany Nutall, who I heard in the background, but I don't see her. But we're going to give her some praise too. And
Yeah,
thank you
yeah.
both for
She's, she's, she's,
stopping by.
she's my heart and soul of second chance.
Hey,
The heart and soul of second chance. Yeah. I'm just the speaker, but
oh
she does
gosh.
everything else that people don't know about. But
Okay. Yeah.
she able to tell a story soon too. So
All
yeah.
right. Well, we thank you so much, you all. This has been Red Carpet Combos with Dr. G. Tune in for the next time because we're always going to have some dynamic guests. Bye bye.
Thank you.